Hello, it's Amy, and I am on a cruise right now. I am sitting on the balcony of a cruise ship, the Oceania Riviera, and we are in Messina, Sicily. This is our ninth day of a 10-day cruise. Tomorrow is our last day, and we booked this cruise to celebrate a lot of things. And for me, the number one thing is my recovery from breast cancer. For some reason, I was called to come sit on this beautiful deck in this beautiful city. My husband's in taking a nap and share a very personal story with you. After being diagnosed with breast cancer and undergoing a mastectomy in February of 2023, my road to recovery was not easy, but what helped me the most was focusing what I could do, starting small, staying active, and listening to my body. So in this video, what I'm going to do is show you the exercises I did before and after surgery that played a huge role in my recovery. They're clips that I filmed during my recovery. My goal is to inspire anyone going through a tough time to keep moving, even if it's just for a little bit. Are you ready to get started? Before my surgery, I knew that staying strong was going to help my recovery. Here are some of the exercises I focused on to keep my body ready.
The first move is a squat, and I started doing goblet squats because I found I could lift heavier and get a little bit lower. Why did I do these? Because you have to be able to get up out of the chair or out of your bed without using your arms. And the squat really does help keep that lower body strong. The bicep curl was another move that I did to keep my upper body strong. It does focus on smaller muscles in the front of your arm, but you are working on your grip strength and just overall upper body strength. And I love the deadlift. It's a great knee-friendly lower body move, lifting as heavy as I could and progressing as I was getting ready for surgery. The deadlift really helped me keep my glutes and hamstrings strong. And I'm so glad I started working on the row, lifting heavy. When you have a mastectomy, your posture goes because you crunch forward to protect yourself. And the row helped keep my upper back muscles strong to keep my shoulders going back naturally. Another upper body move I incorporated into my pre-surgery workout was a V-raise. Not a front raise or a side raise. I just added the V-raise to focus on my so important shoulder muscles, keeping them strong. I know the lunge isn't for everybody, but it's one of those exercises I love to hate. And I firmly believe it was the one thing that helped me be able to crouch down and pick up something if I dropped it, because I couldn't lean forward. If the lunge is out of the question for you, you can work the same muscles by doing a single leg deadlift you can see in the inset above. During my recovery, I did not want to lose my tricep muscles, so I focused on getting those as strong and putting as much muscle in the bank as possible with an extension. And if I couldn't do those, I did a tricep kickback you can see in the inset above. For my pre-surgery workout, I also added a wide leg squat. This is a squat that focuses a little bit more on your inner thighs, which I knew I needed to keep my balance strong. And the shoulder press was another move I did to keep my upper body strong. The last part of my pre-surgery workout was on the mat, and I grabbed my dumbbells as heavy as I could for a chest press to keep my chest muscles strong because I knew they were going to take a long break. And I did not forget the core. One of my favorite osteoporosis safe friendly core moves is the straight leg lower, but it's difficult. So you can do one with a bent leg if you need to, alternating as you see in the inset above. And I don't know, one woman alive doesn't want to work on their triceps, so I added in a skull crusher. So 2 tricep moves in this pre-surgery workout. And the cherry on top was the plank. I love the plank. It does work not just your ab muscles, but your whole core, your back, your glutes. If you squeeze your inner thighs together, you get those and your shoulders. It's one of my favorite go-to moves.
I swear, raise my right hand. Preparing my body for surgery was the key to help me recover very quickly. Now, here are some of the exercises that I did right after my surgery.
Hello, it's Amy, and how about a workout? Now, this is going to be very, very different from all of the almost 500 workouts I've filmed to date because I am just day 13 in my recovery from having a single mastectomy on my right side. Started the reconstruction. I have an expander. I still have one drain. Turn your eyes if you don't want to see the little tube. Still have a drain, but I wanted to film this to show you the exercises I was given. I'm going to run through these really quickly. I do have a full length, this whole workout that I did on my YouTube channel and my membership site. But these were the actual exercises I did the morning after my surgery with my physical therapist, and I had to do them 3 times a day. The first one was just breathing into my tummy. The next move she had me do was just for my neck muscles, which got so tight. You hold on when you're in pain, at least this was for me. I gripped and tried to protect myself so much. Just brought my ear to one shoulder and then swung my chin around and then back. It really helped loosen up that neck. Watching these back is bringing up a lot of emotions. I remember just doing this move, bringing my ear to my shoulder, was kind of painful at first, and it scared me. I thought I was going to break something. Imagine just a couple months before I was doing lunges and shoulder press, and now it was hard to lift my ear to my shoulder, but I did it 3 times a day. This was another challenging one, squeezing my shoulder blades together because it does stretch out your chest muscles, but it was super important to keep everything nice and loose. This one took me a while to really get down. Next were simple shoulder rolls forward and then backward, nice and slow. I did all of these about 10 repetitions. Another move was just like a little cradle, pulling your arms side to side, working on the side of the shoulder mobility. They started to get harder and harder, and I made sure I listened to my body, but I did push myself a little bit, which I think helped, and I never hurt myself. But this one was just pulling your arms behind you and working on the stretching of the front of the shoulders and, of course, mobility of those shoulders. And lastly, the hardest one that took me a long time to really get was just lifting my arm up. I eventually got my arm up all the way overhead, but it took quite a bit of time.
Yes, of course, after surgery, I still had drains in. I had to start super slow. I couldn't jump back into my regular routine. No way. But that didn't mean I had to stop moving altogether. Here are a few of the moves that I did to help during my recovery. These are things I got from my physical therapist, but I want you to make sure that you talk to your physical therapist and get their recommendations because everybody is different.
Hello, it's Amy, and want to join me for my breast cancer recovery exercise routine? This is for the lower half. One of the big things about having breast cancer and recovering from a mastectomy is you need to be able to crouch down like this. I was going to pet my dog, but he ran off. But you need to be able to crouch down to pick up some things because you don't want to bend over. I'm not even going to show you because it puts so much pressure right here. So it was important for me to get my legs strong before surgery and then keep them strong after. This simple routine, it's nothing crazy. You don't need anything except maybe a chair to hang onto. And the first thing we're going to do are just regular squats. Now you can hold on or you can just sit in a chair, but I'm just going to do my regular squat. We're going to just do 10 of those. And as with the last one, I do have a full length workout. I just wanted to go through a couple of the moves that I started doing for my lower body once my upper body started to feel a little bit better. The squats are one. Then I followed that up with a knee raise, working on my hip flexors one at a time, really focused on slow and controlled movement on those muscles that were starting to get weaker. And I started lunging again, holding on and not going very low, especially on the side of my mastectomy. But man, I did not want to lose the ability to lunge, but also I wanted to keep my knees nice and healthy. So that meant keeping all the muscles around my knees as strong as they could be. Next were side leg raises, one side at a time, focusing on that outer thigh, which is really important for balance and hip stability. And I threw in those wide leg squats, which focus a little bit more on the inner thigh. Aw, that's my kitty Ciara. We lost her in October of 2023, and if you saw Whiskey, we lost him in March, just a little over a month after my mastectomy. So I lost my dog, my cat, and my boob all in 2023. A lot of losses that year. This exercise is a glute squeeze. I did 10 on each side, keeping my nice posture and squeezing those glutes, working on those ever important glute muscles. I also threw in some heel raises, working on my calves, because the calves are important for your knee strength and ankle strength and foot strength. So I added those in as well. And finally, some butt kickers, working on the hamstrings. Next set of exercises were for the core, and I still had my drain in, but I couldn't lay down flat, so I did all my core in a chair. And here are the moves that I did. The first one was just rolling forward, stretching out the back of the neck, coming forward as far as I could, which wasn't too far. Then I did some easy side bends, trying to focus on the side of my abs or the obliques, getting a stretch, but also focusing on contracting those muscles so they would get back to work. Then I started working a little bit more of the core by leaning straight back with a flat back and lifting up alternating knees, focusing on what I was working, which are my ab muscles and my hip flexors. Then I added a little bit of a knee lift and a kick, working on the quads and the core. The quads are a part of your core, and it's important to keep those strong as well. Progressing a little bit more, I did elbow to knee, slight twist, not a deep twist. Again, focusing on my core muscles and then my hip flexors. I started feeling good, and I added a little more challenging move, which is a double knee lift. That really does challenge the core muscles. And I finished up with some straight back lean backs, pausing for a second on the way back, making sure I didn't let my back pull, and of course stopping if anything hurt.
By staying consistent and listening to my body, I was able to get back to my normal routine a lot sooner than I or anyone else expected. It wasn't about pushing myself. It was about being mindful of what my body needed at the time and taking small steps forward every day. If you're recovering from surgery or dealing with a major health challenge, remember that movement, no matter how small, can make a huge difference. It's about what you can do, not what you can't. Be patient with yourself, listen to your body, and celebrate every bit of progress. In the Be Healthy Enough community, we firmly believe that every step counts, whether it's an intense workout or a gentle recovery day. If you're ready to join a community of women focused on positive aging and feeling stronger at every stage of life, click the link below in the description and let me help you learn more. I'd love to have you come join us. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you found this video helpful, leave me a comment, or if you have any questions on my recovery from breast cancer. We're all on a journey together. Let's keep supporting each other. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.